Sad Sack Can't and Emily Thornberry among politicians on the honours list from BBC Politics. Yeah, if it isn't obvious, I mean, I've been saying this for years, they are just trolling you at this point. They purposely pick anyone they can to rub in your face every time, and you want to oblige them by getting all angry about it on Twitter. They like driving you wild, and people like that big, fat sack of carrots there, Emily Thornberry, they give her the award because they know that when she had to pop at that white van man for nothing at all, for just putting a flag on his house, that about 30 million normal men and women, any average Joes in the UK, despise her for it. And the same for Sad Sack. That's why they're giving them the awards. She loves to see it. So the correct remedy is to, well, laugh at them and then, I don't know, do something juvenile like walk through the honours list, ripping the piss out of all the people that got nominated by the Labour Party, and then comparing them to some of the human trash that has received the same worthless, corrupt award over the last few years. So let's do that, shall we? Right then, so before I start walking through the laundry list of failures and miseries that these people have heaped upon the world, let's just quickly cover some of the other people that have already received awards from the British government, just to set the tone with, well, the type of people you can expect to see on these lists. We can start with Jimmy, right? Obviously, Jimmy had one. Sets the tone nicely, doesn't it? That's the type of people that the scum that rule over us love to award a knighthood to. Yes, he was a world-famous nonce and necrophile, but he worked for the BBC, so he must have deserved it. Makes loads of sense. As a side note, some Rupert in the Royal Marines also thought it was a great idea to name one of the function rooms at the Commando Training Centre after him. And many of us, myself included, when we passed out and earned our Green Berets, we invited our families to join us for drinks in the Savile Room. Yeah, that is true. Fortunately, they have since renamed it, and I've been told that families enjoy drinks and a meal in the Gary Glitter Lounge with equal aplomb. Stuart Hall got one as well. Do you remember him? Speaking of well-known BBC groomers and pedos, Stuart Hall got one. So, once again, Sad Sack Can't and Emily Thornberry, they're in great company. If you don't know what he got up to, well, I mean, it's right here on Wales Online. He was jailed for 30 months after admitting 14 charges of indecent assault on teenage girls. Sorry, girls. Some of them were as young as 9, all the way up to 17, you know. They were getting a bit over the hill for Stuart's tastes then, but he diddled them anyway, because why not? It's what you do at the BBC. Who else have we got here? Fred Goodwin, he got a knighthood for his role in creating the biggest recession since 1945. So, basically a degenerate gambler who pissed all the public's money up the wall, and he got a knighthood. Again, he's got a lot in common with Sadiq Khan, hasn't he? The financial acumen of a slot machine addicted Vegas hooker. So perfect for a knighthood. We also gave Robert Mugabe one, and if you don't know what Robert Mugabe did, you're too ignorant for me to bother with. So I'll simply leave it at full-blown torture, murder, ethnic cleansing, you name it. Obviously, he was given a knighthood because these are the type of people we like to honour in the United Kingdom. And I could go on. The list of controversial knighthoods given out by the British government is staggering. So if you've got the brains that the gods gave a goose, at this point you should tell them to pork it if they do offer you one. And obviously, as I've just mentioned, this requires having an IQ higher than that of a generic meat product consumed on a building site. That's no doubt why this collection of reprobates were all happy to have their hands off. Starting at the top, beady-eyed, jug-eared, inbred simpleton, Sad Sack Can't, a mayor whose only real achievement is smashing all known records for the amount of people arrested for masturbating on public buses since he took over as mayor. Well done, Sad Sack. Gibbering, more chins than the Chinese phone book, eyes like a shithouse rat, scourge of the white van man and patriots everywhere, Emily Thornberry. Like many female Labour MPs, she also has several things in common with Diane Abacus. One being that she can't count, and 2 being that when she cuts her legs while shaving, marshmallow foam oozes out rather than blood. Gareth Soy King Southgate. He's got a nose like a builder's elbow and the IQ of a chicken McNugget. The man who relegated one of the best Middlesbrough teams of my lifetime and then proceeded to win less than nought with the England team has been given a knighthood for services of gross incompetence and stupidity to football. Frankly, Gonzo should have been selling hot dogs outside the Riverside Stadium instead of managing players inside it, and all of the denizens of my hometown would be a lot happier. The actress Sarah Lancashire was given one as well. Chief amongst her achievements is being one of the only BBC employees to have managed to last more than 3 seasons in a TV show without being caught with thousands of Category 3 indecent images of children on her laptop computer. So she does deserve some credit for that. Well done, Sarah. Now, if you could just do something about the wonky face, I'll give you some more praise. Cheers. For reasons beyond my understanding, these 3 were given them as well. Although Carey Mulligan, that's the lass on the right, is also known to be extremely aggressively woke, so I think we all know why she got an award as well. Oh yeah, and 2 more good ones. MI5 Director Ken McCallum is made a Knight Commander of the Order of the Bath, and Tamara Finkelstein, a senior civil servant, is made Dame Commander of the Order of the Bath. So, MI5. In fact, any member of the British Civil Service that has got an award in the last 10 years, when on their watch the entire nation has descended into shambles, they shouldn't just reject them. They should copy the example of the novelist Sir Kazuyo Ishiguro's distant ancestors, and by that I mean they should be so ashamed of their lamentable failures that they commit seppuku outside St. Paul's Cathedral while the crowds cheer. MI5, what? Unending acts of terrorism which sees the butchery of women and children because our intelligence services are far more interested in importing fighting-age foreign men that practice a dangerous and aggressive ideology instead of doing their job because they're scared of what Owen Jones might think. I mean, is this the world we're living in? We're rewarding people like that. Ken McCallum is not fit to suck my toes. Anyone as incompetent as that out here wouldn't get employed as a janitor. I wouldn't trust him to sweep my garage floor. Who else have we got? There must be some more good ones on here. Oh yeah, Stephen Fry. Pink News is loving that one. Look, Stephen Fry's got a knighthood as well. Brilliant. Just another woke gobshite. Isn't he rogering a lad who's about 40 years younger than him? It's weird that, isn't it? They all slag off Leonardo DiCaprio when he's folding up an 18-year-old lass. But when a filthy old pervert just happens to tick a few boxes on the identity pyramid, doesn't matter if he's a multi-millionaire and he's had the most privileged lifestyle imaginable. The same behaviour that sees a straight bloke like DiCaprio, rightfully, I mean, I'm not saying it's good to live that kind of lifestyle, but he gets condemned for his behaviour. If you just change the sexuality of the person, then it's totally fine. If some 68-year-old geezer lives a hedonistic lifestyle and spends all of his time flaunting his money and power by scutting teenage boys, nobody bats an eyelid. So, a little bit hypocritical, if you ask me, but what do I know? Alas, I haven't got a knighthood, so I'm worthless. No, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is you should be proud of yourself if you look in the mirror and the person that glares back at you has never been anywhere near getting one. Because in 2024, at the end of the year, all that list proves is that you want to be nowhere near it. The collection of deviant, self-serving slime on that list should make you very glad you are beneath the notice of the eyes of the establishment. Alright, anyway, that'll have to do you for the day. I hope that cheered you up a bit. Emily Thornberry might have some letters behind her name, or Sad Sack can't, but deep down they know when they glance into a mirror, they are disgusted with the person that stares back at them. And Sad Sack can't, literally a baby killer. Like, think of that. Children have been slaughtered with abandon on his watch. So if you're merely a petty criminal or, like a crackhead or a burglar, you're at least still 2 rungs above Sad Sack can't. And isn't that a heartwarming message for the downtrodden of society? Okay, thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing a live stream tonight for New Year's Eve. Don't know what time. Probably about 8 o'clock or something. Don't want to get too late. I don't like being the most sober person in the room in person, so I don't think I'll do it digitally either. But I'll see you all in a few hours. I'll round up 2024 then, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Toodle pip. Cheers.